What? What? Nigga, what? It's Yale. It's Yale. It's Yellow. It's Yale. It's Yale. They what? What? What?
That's the
What? Nigga, what? Yeah.
Yo.
Okay, this beat is tough as fuck. My sneakers tough as fuck. 501 jeans, polo button up. The police tried to get me cut, but I was in the cut. I swung in the cutlass. I'm probably playing this cut. Okay, I had that fresh cut.
Street Smark Audio,
like, what's up?
Hollywood and
Shit, you
Foods,
wanna let me cut, but shit, you had
May
to
27th,
fuck up. I swear you
2017. What's going on, Wood?
Woo! Well, and some non-wrestling information just about myself. I'm sore as heck. My old ass trying to play softball and stuff, so I'm feeling it. But other than that, I'm good, man. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm cool. Finally got the damn microphone too working. You know, so we had to. I mean, it worked. It worked last week, but I reconfigured some gimmicks and then we got it working again.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all can hear me a little bit better this time. Actually, I don't know how I sounded last week because I haven't listened to last week's episode yet.
Oh yeah, once the alarm go off, it's gonna go live, so it'll be straight. Did you watch Backlash?
It's gonna go live. No, I missed Backlash.
I'm talking about the. It's already, like I told you, it's already queued up. So at 6:05, I'm just gonna press it from private to public.
Gotcha.
But it's just the show. It's just the review though.
Okay.
The whole show is gonna be left to us to whatever we do. But anyway,
Holy
Backlash.
Look at that. Yeah, I heard it was well, that's a Smackdown pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I know I didn't see it, but I've heard it was some interesting things took place.
Yeah, Nakamura wrestled in the opener against Ziggler, which I think is a bad thing because now he's just another guy.
That was his debut match.
That was his debut match on the main roster, and they've already Ziggler took like 80% of the match. Nakamura came back, did his comeback, but nobody popped for it because they don't know who he is because the majority of the fan base does not watch NXT, so they didn't pop. They didn't know.
Guilty.
Right, exactly. I mean, I know him because I watched a couple of Jap wrestling matches just to bone up on his on his moveset. But if they're not popping for the stuff, how does he get over as a big deal? How do you treat the guy as a big deal if you can't showcase him? That was a big gulp right there.
Yeah.
Wood over here.
Thankfully, we're not recording video.
Right, he's sipping Henny straight.
Yeah, now it's in my beard.
But the bigger issue of everything is that Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton for the title. It was some interference. You got to see the one part of the spot where one of the Bollywood boys, Randy Orton, flipped him like upside down on the announce table. It was pretty funny, and Randy gave like an audible, like a visual grimace in the camera when he flipped him upside. Like he's supposed to back body drop him into the announce table. Say big deal. No big deal. Big pop. Blah blah. But when he lifted him, he like over rotated the boy.
Oh no!
And he just like did like a big 360 spin in the air, and then landed. And then Randy went.
Oh, like I killed him.
Yeah. But he came back. There was a couple. I think it was some more interference, and then What's Nuts hit the Cobra Clutch Slam 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so he
New
did
champ.
go over clean.
Yeah, so the marks are saying, well, the smart marks, quote unquote, are saying that they're making a play for India, which is absolutely true. They're obviously making a play for India, like they made a play for China. During WrestleMania season when they kept hyping the Chinese guy in the Battle Royal and the WrestleMania Battle Royal. They kept hyping up the first Chinese superstar. It was like Bo Dang or whatever his name is. I don't know. Saying Ching Chong.
Oh no! Send your emails to the food chat
at fuckyou.com.
Yeah.
So they're making a play for India, and the smart marks are saying that there's no money in India because they're not ready for the product.
Okay.
I just took a marketing class, fundamentals of marketing at CSU, and they highlighted a case study where Coca-Cola doesn't have a big market presence in India. So what they did was in their ad campaign, they configured the ad campaign to show that the child is introducing Coca-Cola to the adult, because the child is more Americanized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's westernized at this point.
Yeah.
But a couple generations removed, they have the money. So the child is like, I want a Coca-Cola. I want a Coca-Cola. And the adult with the money is gonna go, well, they want to appease the child, and that's how you start the market integration. They did the same thing with Oreo as well. Oreo cookies. The ad campaign was showing it represented a child showing the grandfather how to properly dunk an Oreo cookie.
I don't like where this is going already.
I'm just telling you that the WWE is doing the same thing, because from what I understand, the Indian the population of India, they can watch all the big four shows live for free. Okay.
Okay.
They can watch the nine big shows on a 12-hour delay for free.
So free is still free.
Right. But so there's no incentive to purchase the WWE network now.
Right.
Because the adults are saying, well, hell, they can watch this shit for free 12 hours later. Because the time difference is that if WrestleMania comes on, it's like 12 hours different. Okay, so nobody's going to be watching WrestleMania in India at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, unless you're just a super duper. A super duper. You're into this.
Right.
So, but that's not what they're going for. Okay. They're going for when those 5, 6, 10-year-olds turn into adults with disposable income and have children of their own.
Playing a long game.
They're playing the long. They've always played the long game. What wrestling fans don't understand right now is that we are in the midst of a global expansion. This is the same type of expansion that happened in '84, but instead of Vince going to ICW, picking up Randy, going to AWA, and just taking all the talent and going from territory to territory, he's going country to country. You saw it with the UK show.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure that they're going to have an Indian tournament of some sort.
It would only make sense.
Okay, they can't do Japan because New Japan is such a institution in the country. They're not going to do Japan. So what they're going to do is bring the Japan superstars
to
over.
WWE.
They did it with Kenta. Kenta hasn't really manifested into a top guy like they wanted. So they brought in Nakamura. Nakamura lit up the NXT scene for 2 years. And people bitched about that. Like, why is he not on the main roster? Well, you got a guy who's damn near pushing 40.
He looks old, too.
He is old. He's damn near pushing 40, Because
I first saw, I had no clue who he was, except for he was on the game. And and I know a lot of people like to play with him on the game and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's all I know about him. So the first time I see him, I'm like, dang, this dude, said that look kind of old and stuff.
I think he's like 38, 39. If he's not 40, he's damn near close. But, the guy, he can work. And he has that untapped, that unspoken match charisma that people, he's not going to cut a 20-minute promo.
That's what I was about to ask you. Mm-mm. Can he cut a promo?
No, he's not cutting a promo. With that, his hindrance of not being able to cut U.S. promos and WWE style promos, that hinders him. He's only going to contain his charisma in the match. Well, if you don't showcase him, how does his moves get over? Now you just got a guy with a cool interest theme, and which in New York it works. It can work. People get over with interesting music only in New York, but people said this guy's best in the world. He's had best in the world tag on him, so he's got to prove it. You can't prove it if he's only wrestling once a month, once every 6 weeks. He doesn't get over like that. The same reason why Finn Balor's not over all like he is, and plus he's a skinny whip.
I'm about to say, isn't he like 5'9" or something?
Tiny.
Yeah.
He can fit in my pocket.
That's like
I can't take him serious.
I felt the same way about Rey Mysterio. I hated watching him compete against the Big Show and Brock Lesnar and matches like that and stuff. Like,
he had a good match with Taker at Royal Rumble. I can't remember what year, but it was a 4-star match easily. But you had to. It took damn near 8 years of pushing Rey Mysterio as a top guy for him to be accepted, because in 2002 when he came in, he wasn't fighting. He was still doing Matt Hardy feuds and Chavo Guerreros and stuff like that. And then towards the end of the run, he got to wrestle top guys, but you still can't.
yeah,
You still can't.
I never bought it.
So Jinder's being the champ. I mean, he's obviously a walking wellness violation. That's the other thing that.
Oh, you think he on the juice?
Oh no, it's not a thing. I mean, I'm gonna say alleged, just for
allegedly.
the sake,
It is our opinion. Well, the Fuji's opinion.
I mean, but nobody's hearing this. You know what I'm saying? It's like episode 2, so nobody's hearing this now. The only people going to hear this, like,
went to sleep. Is it still recording?
Yeah, it's still recording.
mean,
Yeah, you good, damn.
All right. Sorry, y'all.
Terrible. The thing is that I lost my train of thought. You killed my train of thought at this point. I know Jinder's being the champ, and he can't work, and he's a walking wellness violation.
Right.
That's the deal. I believe he's a walking wellness violation. His back knee is out of control. I have no idea how this represents to the rest of the locker room. But at this point, I mean, with Vince and with Trump being in office and Vince and Trump being as cool as they are, I mean, the guy, he hosted 2 WrestleManias. He was in a WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
A big part of 23.
Vince's wife is a part of the cabinet. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, I mean, somebody's going to have to die, honestly. Like, an active wrestler is going to have to die in order for a congressional hearing to be summoned against this guy, because, I mean, the guy, their champion, he has all the signs of a person who would be accused of using performance-enhancing drugs.
Which is a banned substance in World Wrestling Entertainment, last I heard, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the last time I heard. I mean, they had a whole wellness policy dedicated for the safety of their performers, and they, I think they're clearly missing the ball. I think there is an agenda. But I mean, the obvious agenda is the play for India. I mean, you got 1.5 billion people. Even at 1%, that's 15 million people. You get 15 million people that want to subscribe to the WWE Network at $9.99 a month.
Oh man, shoot, it might be all Indian wrestlers
on the
network.
You see what I'm saying? And now you got to think. You got to look towards China with their 2 billion, with their damn near 2 billion people, and 1% just buying the network. I mean, the network subscriptions are like 1.5 right now, and that's clearly North America, maybe some Japan, some UK. But if they penetrate India, they penetrate China, that's money, that's perpetual money forever. I mean, it's just money on money. That's $120 per month. I mean, times the 2 million, possibly at 1%, and the 1. And the 15 million at in India, and this is just pure mental math. I might be wrong, but
yeah, off the top of your
head. Just off the top. I mean, 1.5 and 2 million. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Hell yeah,
that's a lot of people.
And that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So you would be stupid if you didn't go with Jinder Mahal as your champion, just to see, So it makes the Khali championship run. Okay. You say, well, especially when you have 2 titles. You know what I'm saying? If it was one title, people will go, this is ridiculous.
And that's why I hate 2 titles, because then it clearly establishes a hierarchy.
Yeah, because Brock's the champ.
Point blank, period.
Right. And it's like, what is Jinder Mahal? What does he represent? Is he, I mean, he's the Smackdown champ, yes. But I would look at who's on, who? Kevin Owens. He's the, okay, so, exactly. So Jinder Mahal is the champ, the standard bearer of the show. He's not even top heel. Because Kevin Owens is clearly top heel. Okay?
All day long.
Okay, so you got AJ going against the top heel, and Jinder and Randy in this Earth 2 situation where none of this really matters.
Right. It's just...
Like, I need a crisis to happen, you know? A crisis, shout out!
Oh, man. And what's going on with Randy? Because from the Bray shit to, and now this, that he...
No, I mean,
the
listen to me.
stories he's been in.
No, check this out. All right, we go back to SummerSlam. All right, Randy, you coming back. You know you're going to be white hot when you come back. We need to put you with somebody. We're going to put you with Brock.
And he gets murdered by Brock Lesnar in the ring.
So, obviously, when you subsequently get split open and you get the title and you get this piece of shit title run and everything like that, you know.
And a piece of shit build up to the title run.
But it just shows you that Randy Orton
French,
politicked to get that title. You see what I'm saying? He was like, I'll get split open for Brock, but I got to get a title run out of this. I got to. You know what I'm saying? I got to get a title run out of this.
So they just put the belt on him.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and who cares? Because, you know, title, more money, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Especially at this point, he trolling indie guys and stuff on Twitter, talking about how good it feels to make $5 million without. What? I'm murdering the tweet, I know, but I know it was $5 million, and he was basically saying he ain't had to do all the shit that they do.
No,
shit.
those guys are killing themselves for $500, and he's over here sleepwalking through matches for $5 million. All right, kudos to Randy Orton. He gets it. Look, he gets it.
No, but yeah, I get it. But
you in the business to make money. Pin me every night. Pay me. Pay me commensurate to my overness. Okay? If my merch is selling, if I'm still over and I'm a baby face who can do jobs, pay me. I don't care.
I don't have a problem with none of that. The only problem I had with it was it came off as him rubbing it in other people's faces.
Well, Randy Orton has been groomed to be a top guy since day one. He has never, he's never suffered. His daddy and his granddaddy and his uncle were guys. Now, they were all local journeymen. I mean, his daddy made it, you know what I'm saying? His daddy main evented, you know what I'm saying? But, he was bred to be John Cena, honestly. If you want to be honest, because John Cena just stumbled into his push.
Because they had him,
he was
the youngest world heavyweight champion
right.
one time. And
like when Brock flaked, Randy Orton got the call. Randy Orton was supposed to be the guy. Think about it. Think about the programs he was in from initially. He got programmed with Triple H, Flair, and Batista. Okay, split off. Went with worked with Rock and Foley. Split off. Worked with Foley. Split off. Worked with Benoit. Split off, worked with Orton. Not with Orton, I'm sorry. Worked with Triple H. Split off again. Worked with Taker at WrestleMania 21.
Got a match with Hogan.
That's 05. So for him, you can't put him in anywhere but top guy. So for him to, why would he even tweet? First of all, why would he even acknowledge anything? It's a shot at indies. That's what it is. And it is rightfully so because he's never had to work it. He was coming out the gate making millions of dollars. Never had to pay his dues. Some people are entitled. That's the way the world works. I hate it. Personally, I hate it.
And this is I can't remember if this, I think this was before he dropped the title. This is the face, the good guy, face champion of your brand and stuff on motherfucking Twitter. Just, I don't know. You know what? Maybe it's just me. I just know it rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
I understand where you're coming from. I just don't feel that he doesn't have to be an ambassador. Because, one, he's already had his run. Okay? That last title run, that wasn't for him to solidify himself as a top guy. He already been a top guy many times over. You know what I'm saying? It's the Shield's turn, and it's the next Five's turn now. So for him, he kind of comes off as grumpy old guy, but he comes off as grumpy old top guy. I mean, I can't be mad. I can't be mad. Like, step your shit up, indie guys. You're working to get to the Fed. So when you get to the Fed, guess what? You can have that grumpy top guy tweet if you're good enough. Until then, suck that shit up, bully. Suck that shit up, David McKickflip. Suck that shit up, Jobber Jones.
Oh, see, I was just about to back off until you said if you're good enough. Now, wrestling wise, Randy, when he wants to, is pretty doggone good. However, he only plays one character good, and that's Crazy Randy Orton.
That's not his fault. Okay? That's not his fault. You can't blame him for developing a character that Vince likes and not deviating from it. You can't blame him for that. Okay? Because, see, you have to understand how the top guy evolved. Okay? 84. Hogan comes in. Savage comes in. Dr. D comes in. Okay? King Kong Bundy comes in. All these top guys from all these promotions come in. They've already had their character. They've already made it. So Vince can't sit here and say, I want you to be this. I want you to be this. It's not going to work. I made money everywhere else doing this. Okay? So he doesn't have the stroke. And he just got the company from his daddy. Daddy dies. Okay, so he is untested as a booker. He's fantastic as a promoter. But his booking sucks because his creations suck. Tom McGee. Bret Hart buried Tom McGee. He was the first Vince prototype. Okay? Tom McGee was a 6'6" guy, looked like Tarzan, and he could do backflips. Okay? Bret carried him to a great match. Vince goes on record saying, "That's my fucking guy." The next night, he worked somebody else, and the match is a shits. And Vince changed his mind. Said, "Oh shit!" Bret made that boy look good. The second creation worked. The second creation. Do you know what Vince's second creation was? If Tom McGee was the first, so we're talking about 86, 85, 86.
I'm trying to think.
What would be his?
That was a success.
That was a success. Top guy now, because Vince ain't making small guys. Vince is making top guys.
All right, just because I know we can't have dead air on the podcast.
We'll just say it was Warrior. Warrior was his first. It was his first
I wanted
creation.
30 seconds, but okay.
Warrior's his first real creation that worked. Okay, and the next one after that would have been Undertaker. Okay,
That's what's gonna be my guess until you say 86. I'm like,
yeah,
damn.
yeah. Because you could say, oh, he made Ted DiBiase into the $1 Million Man, but I mean, Ted DiBiase ain't do nothing honestly. Because Ted DiBiase worked the same. He just had a little bit of promos, and he was already a great promo. So it was just like, hey, promo like this. So he didn't make Ted DiBiase. I mean, he crafted the Ultimate Warrior. Granted, he came from the Dingo Warrior, but that wasn't making no money. You know what I'm saying? He just pumped Hellwig up full of gimmick and allegedly, and off to the races. You know what I'm saying? Off to the races he went. Squash honky talking. Keep it moving. Then he made Taker. So, but his track record with making guys aren't really that good.
Yeah, shoot. All you have to do is say freaking Ringmaster.
True.
Yeah,
But he wasn't supposed to be a top guy.
Yeah, he was came in to be a good hand or
Right,
something.
he was a hand. So I mean, like, he lucked into that guy.
That's so funny you just brought my point full circle because Vince's greatest creation was the Ultimate Warrior, and he gave Steve Austin the Ringmaster, and ultimately his greatest creation failed, and his terrible idea turned into something good. The reason why those things happen is because it boiled down to the people. Ultimate Warrior was ultimately not dependable and reliable, so he basically screwed him and Vince in the process. And Stone Cold was determined to be a mother freaking beast. He said, "I don't like the ringmaster. Give me something else." And
Well, the thing was, and not to interject, but Steve was promised a main event heel run in '94 when Flair had the book in WCW. Okay, the problem is Hogan came in. Okay, when Hogan came in, he brought in all the '80s guys. You know what I'm saying? He brought in the Booty Man,
Earthquake,
Dungeon
Avalanche.
He brought in all those guys, so it pushed
Shockmaster.
It pushed 3 guys out, which would have been Mick Foley, which would have been Brian Pillman, and which would have been Steve Austin. Now Austin hurt his bicep in the interim and got fired, but there was no room for him up top once Hogan came in. There was no room whatsoever. So he was disgruntled from that, disgruntled from getting fired, goes to New York, and then gets handed a shit gimmick. Like, oh, fuck this. Fuck this. I gotta take matters in my own hands, because they're gonna fuck me. They're gonna keep fucking me. You know what I'm saying? Then Triple H gets, blamed for the curtain call shits. Fucking Austin 316, and we off to the races. But absolutely lucked in, because Rock was supposed to be the guy. See what I'm saying?
Before Stone Cold?
Rock was supposed to be the guy. Gotta think.
When did Rocky Maivia come out?
Survivor
Series. Yeah.
Survivor Series 96.
90. So,
Austin was still bubbling as a heel. Rock was supposed to be the baby face, but everybody shit on Rock.
They gave him the Intercontinental title.
Right. Which derailed Triple H's push. That's where the Triple H heat comes from. Also, there's also some heat between Rock and Shawn Michaels, because
I always wondered,
apparently, because it never worked.
Right.
Apparently Shawn worked Hawaii for Rock's mother.
Okay.
And he stiffed her, or like he no-showed or some shit like that, or I'm not going to work that territory, or about something like that. Okay. And he always held a grudge. That's apparently the story.
Okay.
Because if Shawn was there, Shawn was still an undercard guy, so it's not like it was going to move business one way or the other. Because if you wasn't Samoan in Hawaii, you weren't getting over, or if you wasn't a Cali guy, and Shawn was a Texas guy, so he wasn't getting over no way, no how anyway, and he was small.
And you know what? If that wasn't Rock's mama, I don't think he holds that grudge.
Right.
Because it seems like just, if you can count on anything in wrestling, is you can count on somebody dying prematurely, and you can count on somebody at some point no show on the show,
right,
for whatever reason.
Like I said, that's a scummy story. I'm not saying that's the truth, but it's out there, and
that's the rumor.
Yeah, I'd figure I'd throw that out there for the listeners
Always.
who will listen after we get famous.
Right, come back
and come back and listen to the old shit. Right. Like, yo, Fooge was terrible at episode 2. It's terrible.
Oh no, they just gonna be like, oh shoot, Fooge spitting that real stuff.
Yeah, I'm always gonna spit the real, but saying the delivery is kind of shaky. But it's episode 2, so fuck you, whatever. But it brings me back full circle to the top guys of today, where they don't have the stroke, and they're all Vince creations. You see what I'm saying? They all have became Vince creations at this point. Okay, and they use NXT as the finishing school to bring them up, and that's why these guys come up with no heat, because they're nobodies. Because such a microcosm of the fan base watches NXT. You put them up on the main stage, and who the fuck is Samoa Joe? Who is Baron Corbin? Who are these guys? Why do I care? If it wasn't for the indie guys and having a rep, those guys who came up straight from developmental, I wouldn't care. Baron Corbin. Cool look. I get Barry Windham vibes all day, but he hasn't done anything that says, okay, he's a heel. He hasn't done anything that says, okay, he's a top heel. You know, but they keep promoting him and shilling him on commentary like future world champ, future Hall of Famer, future this, future that, and all I see is a top guy with a balding hairline. That's all I see. No disrespect. You could probably kick my ass, but you know, whatever. Come to Cleveland.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Don't worry, I ain't gonna let him hurt you.
Right?
Fools, you know
Please
what
don't
I'm saying? Oh,
So
man.
you got these guys. So which and we'll wrap this up in about 15 minutes. And I want to say, is the Shield a bust? Because I believe that the third time that we're going with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, he did 31, he did 32. Did he do 33? I don't think he did 33, but he's doing 34, okay, against Brock to finally coronate this man as the guy.
No, he beat Undertaker at 30.
Okay. So this is going to be the third time at WrestleMania in 4 years to get this guy ready to be the man, and it's not ready. Seth is, I mean, he's a nice guy. He can work, and he definitely fits into the scheme of what they want in a guy, but
I think Seth is over though.
they're over, but they're not over. They're not money over. I mean, nobody's there. There's no money guys in the business right now, and
money guys. Yeah, that's because you know why there's no money guys in the business? Because wrestling isn't. I don't want to say isn't taken seriously anymore. Stuff.
It's not hot.
But everybody when people aren't buying in and they look at it as a show, you know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, people aren't going to give a crap one way or the other. They're just either going to just try to, you know, disrupt the show, you know what I'm saying? Or
It's a couple of things that I feel that why none of these guys are not money guys. I think the part-time aspect is a big thing. I mean, when you treat Brock like a big deal and you see these guys just sleepwalking 52 weeks a year, and then Brock comes in for 16 and does his thing, it just exposes the rest of the roster. When Rock comes in, cuts him in a promo, and everybody is gasping and waiting with bated breath, and you hear these guys just sleepwalk through promos, it exposes the roster. I mean, when you heavily rely on celebrities to prop up your business, I mean, when all you have to do is just say, hey, fuck the celebrities, fuck the part-time guys, fuck everything, we're going to make this guy. This is the guy we're going to make. We're making this guy. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're going with him. Heel, face, I don't care. Just go with somebody. The 50-50 shit don't work. The stop-start pushes don't work. The aborted pushes don't work. The fans they're worthless.
But you know what? To agree with your original point and to disagree with your second point, your first point being is the Shield a bust, and the second point being they haven't run with nobody. I think Roman Reigns agrees. I think Roman Reigns is an example of your first point. And the reason why I say I disagree with the second point is because I think they've tried to shove Roman Reigns down our throat. I think they tried to say, all right, this is going to be the guy. We're going to run with him. And then as soon as that became obvious, like, there was a, no pun intended, a backlash. You know what I'm saying?
There
like
was a backlash.
The fans have been, or there's a percentage
There
of
was a Cena backlash. There's been an Orton backlash. It doesn't matter. Like, my thing is, you're paying. I don't give a shit if you boo. I don't give a shit if you cheer. I don't give a shit if you sit on your hands. I'll pipe in noise if I have to.
Which
but
they
you
will
pay.
do.
Now, if you get up and walk out, or get up and turn your back, or get up and do some other shit, that's when the problems happen. And these guys are chanting their CM Punks. They're over here chanting whatever. They're throwing beach balls around. It's a circus. it's a circus, and what they failed to accomplish on some level is the emotional aspect and the emotional involvement. Because Shawn Michaels can walk onto the ring, I'm sorry, right now, and command attention, demand it. Undertaker can do these things because Vince took the time to invest in all these people, and these people had talent.
God-given, pure, natural talent.
Had talent. Shout out to the GOAT, Shawn Michaels. They had talent. These guys have talent in the ring, and some of them have talent on the mic, but nobody. And that might be creator's fault, and it might be the performer's fault. They have yet to infuse both, because I can watch a match cold and be enjoyed and have no problems because the work is phenomenal. You're going to get 4-star matches damn near every show. You're going to get at least one. It's crazy, especially with AJ Styles on the card. You're going to get a 4. But the matches don't mean nothing if the emotional involvement is not there. And these guys have lacked for at least a decade to get the fan emotionally involved in anybody outside of John Cena. And that is the biggest detriment to why these top guys are not clicking. They had something with Dean Ambrose, but they have consistently stopped starting this push. And when you win the world title and you go back to the Intercontinental title, I'm sorry, I don't care. That title is a joke. I don't care. You can't build it back up. Once you're a world champ, you can't go back. And I think they've purposely made him go back because they don't like what they see, and I feel that they wasted him. He could have been a guy. He could have been a money guy. Roman Reigns can be a money guy. All these guys can be money guys. I even feel Kevin Owens can be a money guy. I know AJ Styles can be a money guy, but for the fans and for those adults who are spending the money on the product, they have to have a reason. They have to have a reason to forego that rent or to pay that car note and say, I need to put my money down on this because I need to see this. And if I don't care, I can watch free football. I can watch free basketball. I can watch Life in Pieces. I can watch Berserk. I can watch anything that's on my list. These are all the TV shows that I watch. Like, what is this? I can watch, I don't know what y'all watch. What's that show? Empire or Power. Oh, God. Stop watching Power and Empire, y'all. Please stop. It ain't nothing but detrimental to our youth. Anyway,
come on, somebody.
Huh?
No, it said, come on, somebody.
But yeah, that's I feel that's the reason why the top guys aren't clicking, and it's only going to get worse as Vince gets more senile and there's more control of the product. And that's the other. And before I wrap this up, because we got to get to this review. Who is going to? Vince is going to die someday. Yeah, I mean, if he hasn't, everybody dies. Vince is retarded the age process by several years with dye and human growth hormone, allegedly. But I know because he looks younger than Shane at some points. He's like damn, Shane's like almost 50, and I don't know, whatever. Vince looked like he's like his younger brother at some points, and then you look at Vince like close up, and you're like, oh no, he's like 1,000. No, he's 1,000. But as Vince gets more senile, he's going to get more hands-on controlling the product, and you see all these stop starts and these 50-50s and maneuverings that seem asinine and don't make sense. And you got to think, if it's ruining the Shield and it's ruining the next set of Triple H's guys, and Triple H's guys just Balor, Zayn, Owens, Pac. I'm not Pac, but Neville, and the other guy. I never can think of the other guy. Whatever. But those 5, you got to think of the top guys after them. Like, you got to think how micromanaged these guys are going to be and what detriment that's going to cause the product going forward. And I just feel like we are in the matches are going to be great, but it's just going to be ROH. That's all it's going to be. It's just going to be just a showcase of guys doing flips and kicks and work punches with no emotional pro wrestling behind it. You know, just a stunt show.
Yeah,
it's just male Cirque du Soleil, as I feel is where it's going to.
Like the I won't say the best part, but the part that draws you in is the I hate saying the drama or the dramatic part because
the gaga.
It's a chick word to me. And
The
shit.
gaga.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's athletic exhibition mixed with some male gaga, some male soap opera to get us to care. Because you got to get us to spend money. And I got the network, and I'm never